Welcome back. We have Gary Morrison here today from the United Board, and you've got a few things you're going to talk about. Of course, you're going to touch on financials just a bit because you are the treasurer.
I am, and we're gonna start with that.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go to some of the other committee reports that just different things that I have. And before I start, a question that came up with Meet the Candidates was, do you put the corporation or the shareholder in priority in the co-op?
Right.
What everyone has to understand is a corporation is made up of stocks.
Right.
And everyone in United owns a share of stock. So everyone is a shareholder.
Yeah.
So there is no difference in the corporation or the shareholder.
That's right.
Everyone is treated the same.
Yes.
So I just wanted to throw that one out there.
Yeah, that's very true.
I've had a lot of people ask me why I put the corporation first, and I have to say it's all the same.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Our actual revenue as of June the 30th was $21,412,000. Our budget was $20,415,000, so we're better than budget by $997,000. Our expenses were $21,238,000 compared to a budget of $21,455,000. We were a little worse at $218,000. But we had the net revenue was $174,000 better. Our balance sheet, we have an operating fund of $57,409,000. Our contingency is $2,531,000. Our replacement fund is $18,999,000. So our total reserves are $78,840,946. Now I want to go into our delinquency report, and this is as of July the 24th. Our current month count, we had 12 delinquencies at $119,804. Our prior month was $112,803. So we were up $7,000. We had one write-off. We had 2 notice of sales. Our files are with the collection agent. We had 3 files submitted to legal counsel. 1 file is with NCB, and we have 2 bankruptcies in progress. Chargeable services delinquencies. Current month, we had 25 at $178,151, and our prior was $190,663. So we're down $12,512. So I'm going to go now into our monthly resale report.
Okay.
And I want people to pay attention to this because I keep hearing that things are worse in United.
Right.
And things are not really worse in United. Everything is about the same as the County of Orange and the state. We're all down just a little bit.
Yeah.
So our number of resales this year are 197. Our resales last year to date were 217. So we're down 20 sales or 9%. And sales, when you're on the outside, are down about 13%. So we're not really doing that badly.
Right, right.
Our sales volume as of July 2019 was 51,053,044. Sales volume 61,352,540. So we're down 10,300,000 basically. So we're down about 16.8%. Average resale price $259,541. Our average resale price last year was $282,194. So we're down about $22,653 or 8%. Monthly leasing, we're at 9%. I want to talk a little bit about Shepherd's Crook. We've had at least one member that has come to the board meetings who is having problems with people coming over the fence. And,
Right.
I just want to address that problem and state that Chief Moy, our security, the head of security, is addressing the problem.
Okay.
And he has basically put a plan out of, because we can't replace all the Shepherd's Crook at once because it's too expensive. So it goes out over a number of years. So he has taken the problems as he sees fit, or the numbers, and has set that up as a priority. So we're trying to keep to that, and so we're working, or we're going to try to work with this gentleman to take care of the problems of people climbing over the fence. I want to state we've had an additional $940,000 that we've taken from reserves, putting them into water heater replacements. This program was put on hold, and we were behind on water heater replacements. So this supplemental is to catch us up to the plan that includes, that's code required. And this is another reason why we cannot deplete our reserves.
Right.
As I've been hearing that one, that we need to use our reserves rather than charge an additional in monthlies. When we have problems that pop up, we need to have a good reserve fund. There were 28 units past the 10-year life cycle, and this was due to a change in the City of Laguna Woods Building Department enforcing the 2013 California Plumbing Code regarding installation of new replacement of water heaters with temperature pressure relief valves. So that is the reason that this has come up, and so we have approved $940,000 to be used from our reserves to get that caught up.
And this is something I know you have talked about this in the past.
Right.
You get these projects going, and to not continue them or put them off for 3 or 4 months and then put them into the next year's budget, which I know some of that will be done next year.
Yeah.
But you have this crew, they can keep going. In the long run, it will cost more hassle and more money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's my feeling, and I think the feeling of most of the board members, that we need to take care of, just like if you have your own house.
Yeah.
If you have a problem's going to work itself into some major problems if we don't take care of them.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do, and we try to balance all of that. And you know, we can't necessarily do everything at once, so we have to kind of figure out what is the most important and what's going to cost the village the least amount of money.
Yeah.
We're into infrastructure improvements, and sewer waste lines are on schedule, and hopefully we're seeing a difference in sewer line backups and having to have people move out of their homes for cleanup and that type of thing. We are now getting into the supply lines, so we've budgeted a couple $100,000 for 2020 to start into relining the supply lines so that we don't have the leaks in the walls. I want to also get into we have an investment task force right now, which I'm a part of. And what we're doing is looking at our current long-term investments, and we're looking for better returns and less costs to enforce these funds. And we've got a new Sage View, which is out of Irvine, and they're a new provider. And they're looking at what is best for United, and we are United is the most conservative in their investments.
Right.
We're underneath Third and GRF, so that's something that we may look at and see if we want to match Third and GRF, because they've not lost any money and they've gained a little bit more percentage-wise than what we have, and we have a significant amount of money invested. So you know, it's something that we need to look at. I want to discuss also, while we're into this, our recognition agreement, because there seems to be, I keep hearing out there that we're a monopoly, or that
Right.
we're only allowing
Certain or banks, yes.
the National Co-op Bank out of Ohio to lend money. And we are a co-op, which is very different than a condominium. And because co-ops, we have a stock certificate, we really do not own the unit. We own a piece of everybody's unit.
Right.
So it's not like a condominium, and not every bank wants to get into that or can get into that because they don't meet the requirements. There's a recognition agreement that has to be signed, and NCB is the one who has signed that agreement. And what that says is if they have a loan for someone in United, and that person doesn't pay for 6 months before they leave the village,
Right.
then NCB will pay that back due amount.
Okay.
And that's what the recognition agreement is, and not every bank wants to sign that.
Right.
So it's not that we don't want competition. My background is an economist, and I'm all against monopolies and oligopolies.
Yeah.
I want competition. So that's not where I come from. So I would love to have someone bid and get our percentages down as far as interest is concerned.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about our reserves. We had a reserve study that we paid to have accomplished, and what they came up with was that we were, they felt that we needed to charge everyone $7.78 a month to get us to just an average position, because we
Okay.
really are just not where we should be. So what we have done is add $5, $2, almost $3 less to the monthlies that is going to be going to the reserve fund. We have added almost 10 full-time equivalents to staff. And that is because we've wanted the level of service, let's say in landscape, maintenance and construction. We want people to be satisfied. We want to do the best that we can to provide the services. And, you know, we've been hearing people that, you know, they want a higher level of service, and unfortunately with a higher level of service comes a higher monthly. And that's why we've had to increase our monthlies, which are going to go up $24.52 a month, of which $2 of that is for GRF. So it's really, our part of it is $22, and that's about a 4% increase.
Okay, we've got about a minute left.
Okay.
All right.
We'll get into guarantors.
Okay.
A guarantor is a third party who guarantees the payment of the monthlies.
Right.
And what has happened in the past, we've had guarantors from outside the state of California who have decided they do not want to pay.
Right.
So then we've eaten that. And legally, our attorney says outside of California, there's nothing we can do to collect those. There's no legal way to go after that.
Okay.
So our new guarantor agreement says that you have to be a guarantor living in the state of California.
Okay.
So That's another question that I have been getting. And so I just sort of wanted to get that out there too. And then I want to say, lastly, I want to thank the staff that we have. They do a fantastic job. When this budget was put together, I can't even imagine the time that they spent putting this together. And it's a lot of work. People don't even begin to understand what goes into that. We've been working at it for 3 months, and I've done a fraction of what the staff has done, and it exhausts me.
Yeah.
So, I want to make sure that we all thank and respect staff and treat staff the way they should be treated.
All right. Thank you very much,
you.
Gary. Always good to see you.
Same.
You take care.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.
At our new Memorial Wave Imaging Center in Laguna Woods, formerly Orange County Diagnostics, you can expect the same precise imaging, multiple modalities for your imaging needs, and the same friendly staff with medical providers like Dr. Syed Sharakni. The Laguna Woods Transportation Service offers convenient access right to our door, and we continue to provide the care and compassion that you expect from our new Wave Laguna Woods location.
This is how we burger, brew, and cue. Pick a town. Arrive hungry, real hungry. Start with a massive burger. Charred, juicy. Add bacon, a buttery bun, piled high. Serve it up, wash it down. Creamy, hoppy, fruity, malty. We're not done yet. Cue time. Deep fried, sauce soaked, pork ribs, meaty, tender. I'm full. Where to next?
All new Burgers, Brew, and Q. Tuesday at 9. Cooking Channel. Stay fired up.
Hi, I'm Brian Rott, President and CEO of Cartmart here in Laguna Woods. My family's been in the golf cart business since 1959, and we win our customers over with the simple belief of we treat you right. We are proud to be the authorized dealer for Club Car here in Orange County and your go-to source for the sales and service to other major brands. We're conveniently located on El Toro Road, just minutes from Laguna Woods. So come by and see for yourself, while when doing business with Cartmart, there's no reason to go anywhere else.
Did you know there are over 400,000 seniors in Orange County today? So where does a senior or family caregiver go for information and resources? You can turn to the Answers Guide, published by the Council on Aging Southern California. Answers is full of articles and resources to help you navigate the aging experience. You can pick up your free copy today at the clubhouse nearest you or at the Social Services Office. The Council on Aging, helping seniors remain healthy, connected, and protected.
The Red Sox are 1 out away.